Hey guys, what's up? Today, gonna go over the SBA3 Pistol Brace with you and show you how it goes together and kind of just go over the story of how the brace is where it is today and kind of some tips and tricks to help you get the most out of your brace, and just to avoid breaking it, because I will say with these braces, the reason it took so long to get these to be able to release is as soon as I'd solve a problem and then I'd start testing it, I'd break something else. And I was pretty rough on them. I'm pretty rough on all of the components that I make just because I kind of want to see how they'll hold up in use. But these ones I'll put out a couple warnings on these, just some failure points that I would recommend just being a little bit careful around those areas. So the brace, what comes in the brace, they come fully assembled, but they'll come with the main housing, the Velcro on the back, this lever, and then all the hardware to hold it together. So I'll pull it out right here just to show you. There's just a bolt that slides through the top up here, and it has a spring on it. It'll go through the hole into the bottom down here. And then the lever has a nut that sits down in there. So you just push the lever up tight to it, and the bolt goes through. It just fell out, but I'll pull these out and show you. So there's the bolt. It's a 0-80 thread by 3/8 inch bolt. The driver size is a hex head, so it uses an Allen wrench. It's a 50 thousandths or a 0.05 of an inch driver. There we go. There's that spring. So there's the spring, the bolt that comes with it. So along the lines with the lever right there, one thing that I will note is, I don't know if you can see right here, this is actually one that I was adjusting the lever on and I cracked this little spot right here. It's not super noticeable, but that is definitely one spot to be aware of. Be careful. If you're pulling out, I'll show you on this one right here. If you're pulling the lever out and then push down, that's when it is more prone to cracking that. So just be careful up here. The thing that I found with these, if you ever feel yourself that you're trying to force it, if you're just having to push it a little bit harder, it's not coming loose, like just take a step back, take a minute to evaluate what the problem is, and don't try and force it, because that's when I've broken everything. So initially these levers, the original design that I had, I printed a bunch of them, got them put together, and then when I started pushing on them pretty hard, I broke all of the levers. So I realized, okay, I've got to change that design. So I changed it to have this profile in here fit the housing of the brace so that you can push on it as hard as you want. Well, I guess I shouldn't say as hard as you want, but you can push on it pretty hard. And I haven't been able to break this new lever pushing on it like that. So that is a plus. One problem that I have been having with the resin is not every brace will adjust perfectly just by pushing the lever. It just doesn't pull that bolt down super far. So what I do to adjust mine is I pull down this way with the lever to adjust it, and it doesn't need much. I mean, you barely pull it, it'll lock in. Then you pull it harder to get it off. But again, you can push it and it'll slide. You can hear it kind of clicking to slide in. So it does work. You may have to adjust that bolt just by giving it a little eighth of a turn or quarter turn or whatever to get it to go. But it works out pretty well. I'm really happy with it. Another thing to be aware of is on the back here, where your arm would go through on a full-size pistol brace. I would not recommend putting anything through here. This back piece I have found is pretty brittle. So if you pull apart on this too much, it will crack and it will break. One thing I did is I dropped one of these onto my hardwood floor, probably from about 4.5 feet. I'd say is about how far it dropped. And I'm assuming it landed right on this back edge right here, and this whole bottom half just shattered out. So be careful around this area. You know, any type of squeezing it or torquing it, I know that this will break. So that's an area to be aware of. All right, here's an area to be aware of. Other than that, I haven't really found, the top where the Velcro goes through. I have broken some of those just by pulling on the Velcro, pulling it up, or pulling this Velcro too much, it will break. If you're going to repaint them and you need to take the Velcro off, I wouldn't recommend it. Threading this Velcro through was kind of a nightmare. What I did is I got like a little pick, or you could get a toothpick and push the Velcro through and then get a pick on this back side, like, or you might even be able to use like the Allen wrench and push it through and then grab it with your fingers and pull it. If you ever pull out from the part, again, this is just plastic, it will probably break. So just be careful. Just a word of caution with these. Don't try and force them. Don't be too rough with them, because there are some spots that are thinner, which it had to be that way in order to make this look, you know, closely resemble the full-size one as possible. There are some spots that had to compensate their strength for that. But I'm really thrilled with it. I love mine. I think they turned out great. Super fun brace to complete your pistol builds. Let me know what you guys think. You can always check us out on our Facebook and our Instagram page at Viking Engineering and Design, and then you can always get our products at vikingengineeringanddesign.com. And let me know if you guys have any questions or any comments. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later.